Hi Dixons, I'm Nicole Dempsey, Trust Assistant Principal for Equality and Diversity and Head of Mountain Rescue at Dixon's Trinity Academy in Bradford, a title I promised to explain in our first episode in this mini-series.
And I'm Jenny Thompson, Executive Principal at Dixon's Academies Trust and Principal here at Trinity. And I'm going to try to ask the right questions today to make sure that Nicole gets the chance to share that explanation of what we mean by Head of Mountain Rescue. So Nicole, start us off with, what is Mountain Rescue and where does the title come from?
I think before I explain Mountain Rescue, you might need to explain why we talk about mountains all the time.
I should say, Nicole is also a geographer, so she's in home territory. As Luke discussed in our 5th episode in the Mission Mapping series, where we were sharing our thinking on artefacts, mountains are a central theme at many of our schools here at Dixon's. At Dixon's Trinity, where I am principal and Nicole is head of Mountain Rescue, we use the term climbing the mountain. Inspired by our visits to a number of charter schools in America, the mountain metaphor is a key artefact for a number of our schools. All of our students, right from early years, are climbing the mountain to university, to and through. Climbing mountains is hard work, and education is a mountain to climb. At Dixon's Trinity, the mountain metaphor permeates the academy. I know Luke's told you this before, but just as a refresher, for example, on our Year 6 transition day, we take our new students to the University of Leeds so that their first ever experience with us is the top of that mountain. They then know where they are heading. 10 weeks into Year 7, we take them to the Lake District for a few days and they climb an actual mountain. Nicole and I have done this many times. In Year 8, every student visits Oxford University, and then in Year 9, every student visits another Russell Group university and completes their Duke of Edinburgh Bronze. This time, they sleep on a mountain. We don't call these visits trips. We decided to stop using the word trip altogether, and instead we use expedition. Again, it's always using language to reinforce the metaphor. Every day in school, every student has a belay partner. They sit next to them during family dining, they sit next to them in advisory, and it's really a peer who helps them think through how to get better and helps set little targets for each other. They hold the metaphorical rope. At the end of the year, each student presents a review of their academic year to their belay partner and their dream team. The students take this so incredibly seriously. In a future video in this playlist, we'll talk more about dream team and belay partners. We even named the houses after mountains. And then Nicole asked to rename her department Mountain Rescue. Why?
We know that our mission sets the challenge that all students climb their mountain to university or a real alternative, thrive in a top job and have a great life. It doesn't say except those with SEND. It makes no distinction. As such, for us, our department needed to be central to delivering the mission for all, not just those with protected characteristics. We needed to be established on the premise that we were not separate to the mission, an offshoot or an alternative path. We are a way to get up the mountain and that we would be there for all children when they need us and for as long as they need us. Although in truth, when staffing the department, we do get an array of interesting applicants for our mountain rescue roles.
Yes, we do. Can you talk us through what mountain rescue looks like every day?
Mountain rescue is a holistic approach to meeting pastoral need that acknowledges that any student may need support at some point. This may be short or long term, and that each student is a complex, unique, but crucially equal individual. Mountain Rescue brings together a number of departments and services that would typically be found in a school: pastoral, SEND, safeguarding, children that are looked after by the local authority, behaviour, medical and first aid, transition, and liaison with parents and other agencies. At Dixon's Trinity, if it isn't one of the academic departments, it is Mountain Rescue. We do it all with a team of mentors, which we fund through not employing teaching assistants, something we'll talk about in our next episode on double staffing. And we have other specialists, including a full-time nurse, as well as weekly visits from a youth worker, a therapist, educational psychology, and a Safer Schools police officer. Each of our mentors has a set of shared skills that form part of the outlook of the team and mean we can deputise for one another. However, alongside this, each has a specialism designed around the prevalent needs of our children. At the moment, we have an autism key worker, physical disabilities key worker, EAL coordinator and a mental health champion. But we review this with each new intake and retrain and make connections according to what our students need. Any student can seek help from Mountain Rescue for anything and at any time, without stigma, without segregation, and without any reason other than need.
And that makes me very proud. Nicole, as I'm sure you have realised already through this episode, is the rarest of thinkers. Absolutely visionary, but also able to translate this into clarity of thinking and articulate and oftentimes really beautiful writing. I would really encourage anyone intrigued by what we are discussing in this mini-series to turn to Nicole's blog, Inco 14 WordPress, or indeed her chapter in the recent Research Ed's Guide to Leadership. In our next episode, we will delve further into how Mountain Rescue informs our approach to staffing the academic curriculum. Thank you.